Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is the PC Engine Mini. Okay, so this just arrived today, and it's the PC Engine Mini. This was the greatest console that really never hit Europe. Well, it did, but it didn't. It wasn't really officially sold here. It was only sold in Japan and the USA as the Core Grafx 16 to highlight its 16-bit graphics processor, but actually only had an 8-bit main CPU. So this is the consoleized mini version of it, and I've been really excited and been waiting for this for nearly 5 months now. So I'm quite pleased that it's finally arrived. So I thought I'd do a quick unboxing for you, so you can actually see what's in it. As you can see, it only comes with one controller, but there is actually space for 2 USB controllers down here, and it looks very similar to the original. So let me just flip it over for you and show you the box. We have basically all of the games that are on there. There are some absolute classics. It has 2 modes. It has the PC Engine, or the Japanese mode, and then it has the TurboFX 16 mode, which is basically the English language or US language speaking version of it. So these are all the games. There are a few duplicates, but some are the Japanese version and some are the US version. So there are a number of duplicates. I think it was 58 was the total number of games, but there are some real classics and some real shoot-em-ups on here and some absolutely storming bits and pieces. I'm a very big fan of the PC Engine. In fact, I have my very own, and so I'm going to go grab that in a second and we'll compare the sizes. But first we'll get this open, so we'll just pull this here. I've undone the tape already to save myself a bit of time, and we'll get this in here. And we'll do this. There we go. Nothing else in the box. It's all empty. Right, move that out of the way. So we have an instruction manual with it. So that's the first thing. It'll be very simple, I would think. Yep. How to use. As simple as we thought it might be. Toggling between menus, the turbo buttons. Now I think that's a great thing. It's one of the things, because they had a lot of shoot 'em ups, they actually built in turbo into their controllers. So it's quite an interesting one. Ooh, this controller cable looks nice and long. So, oh wow, that's nice. So these are the turbo buttons here. This thing here, and they can basically sort of medium to fast to off. 1 and 2. They don't have a start button, they have a run button. That was their big thing, and that looks like a massive cable that comes with that. So that's a good start. This will be our micro USB. There it is, micro USB. And this, and I think, oh, there's something else underneath there. I'll look at that in a second. This is the actual console itself. Now, I quite like this because, to be fair, the whole thing itself was quite small. The original PC Engine was 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters by about 2.5 centimeters thick. So actually, this, funnily enough, isn't as mini as you think it was. But it's got all the external buses, which you can take off and cover. This would have been on the PC Engine. It was a beautiful little console. I never understood why they made it bigger in the United States. I think they liked the idea of bigger. So that's where it was. And there's the 2 USBs, and this is the on-off switch, which, when the cartridge used to be inserted into here, the Hue cart, you basically flip this across, and this little bar there would block the cartridge from coming out, so it wouldn't be able to come out. But that is a lovely touch and a hark back to the original one. So that's the console, that's the controller there, and let's see what's just finally in this box. There's something else. Oh, it'll be the HDMI cable, won't it? That's exactly what it'll be. It'll be an HDMI cable at the bottom of here. Yes, it is. It's an HDMI cable. Let me just fish that out and show you. We've got an HDMI cable there. I probably won't use that because I've got one myself already. So that's the HDMI cable. Right, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to go grab my actual Core FX. I've got a Core FX II, so I'm going to grab that and we'll do some comparisons. So hang on a second. Okay. So with this, these are the consoles. This is the original. Obviously, this is the Mini. We got the size difference isn't bad. You know, it's comparable in size. Look, it's not much in it really. Do you know what? I would say we're a couple of centimeters there. So basically, this is about the size of a CD, and that's just slightly larger than the CD. The look is very similar. There's even a little mark where the line is there. This is obviously Core FX 2 rather than the Core FX, but it's very, very similar indeed. The ports are similar. The way that they've lined up, they're very similar indeed. Obviously the audio and things like that are different on this. They're on different places. This is where the power goes on this particular one, and of course that's where the expansion port is. That is sealed off on this one, and I think I'm missing the cover, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, but that's the Core FX itself. The weight, this is very light, extremely light. I mean, obviously that's quite heavy. Doesn't even feel, if they've put weights in it, there's not an awful lot to it. I like the way they've put the AV out though on there, like there is on here. So it's very similar in style. Definitely very similar in style. Let's bring in the controllers here. So I've got this is the one for the Mini, right there, and this is the one for my console. It's not the right one, I know, but the styling is almost identical. It could be the same thing. The only thing it doesn't say is NEC at the top corner. Very much the same thing, and the feel, if anything, the Mini one has a better feel, because this is this button here is joined, and this are two separate buttons in this one. I can feel the difference. Because this one moves at the same time because it's joined with the way it's on the thing. Buttons are the same. These are the same. Very positive clicks for those things. Flip it over, this one now says obviously Konami on the bottom of it, the new one, but very, very similar in style. Very, very, very similar in style. So, yeah, I'm quite excited by, I'm making a mess, sorry. Quite excited by this, so I'm quite looking forward to playing it. I will put it on, and I'll put a few games on as to end with, but anyway, I've been your host, Real Gen8 Team, and please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.
Alert.